Hi, my name's Pjew, and today we're going to be reviewing the Somnox sleeping robot. So let's get into things.
I was honestly thinking you were a streamer, I thought you were going straight to sleep, but it's just brightened up my day. What?
Jeez, I hate this game. Hates me. I'm just saying. The reason I'm upset is it reminds me of fish.
I got him.
Oh, that felt good.
And I get it. If I get it, will you not get it?
Stop! Who's throwing me off? Alright, as I was saying, my name is Pjew. I'm a variety content creator on Twitch. I stream pretty much whenever I want to. I don't really have a schedule. My work days and everything in general is just way too crowded and way too busy and hectic in order to get a stream schedule in. So we don't really use that. I guess it's part of why I have been having really bad sleep issues and why I've actually been trying this thing. You may think it looks a little bit weird from the other videos you've seen about the Somnox, but that's because I've been using the cover the entire time. I'll take it off in a bit, so it'll probably look a lot more similar to other videos, but yeah. Somnox. Somnox, I guess the easiest way of describing this thing, and it looks like a bean, I guess. And I actually, because I've weighed it, and it kind of, I have two kids, and it kind of reminds me of their weight they were at when they were born. So I kind of feel like they're a little bit of a small baby, I suppose. I guess that's the best way of describing the weight and a little bit of the shape, I guess. And what it does, this is a robot. It's a really advanced sleeping robot. And what it does is the moment you turn it on, it'll start breathing. That's one. But it'll also play music if you want. It basically is an entire big baby that'll relax you. So yeah, it relaxes you, and let me just take it out of the entire bag, I suppose is the best way of describing it. Bag, cover. I think it's the best word is cover, right? I use this because I can just put it in the washing machine whenever I want to. I think that's really smart because I don't know if you drool or whatever, it'll get dirty. So I would really recommend using this thing. But this is what it looks like. And this is probably what you've seen people have been using on videos. And this is probably what you remember it looking like. As you can see, it has a top right here. And it actually has, this is the battery indicator. So it'll show you how much battery is left, which right now I have 75% left. There's an SD card reader in here you can use to add music to it. This is the on button, the power button, and this is the charging port. It's quite simple. Not much to it. That's the only buttons that are on here. There's actually a speaker. You can maybe see it a little bit here. Like there's a sort of a... Let me see if I can get the angle right. There, you can sort of see there being a dent there. That is the... that's a speaker for the music you play. I personally don't use the music because I don't really need it. I really just prefer having it breathe constantly. So what does it do? Well, it's actually really simple. What you do is you turn it on with the button right here. And you'll see that it actually starts lighting up, so you'll know it's on. You can hear a small click, which is really hard to hear on the webcam right now, but you will be able to hear it. And I don't know if you can see it, but it'll automatically start breathing. Let me put it in an angle like this. You see how it goes up? It goes up and down, just like breathing. And that's really what it does. That's what I've been using it for. You just hold it when you're in bed, and I usually sleep on my side, So I just hold my hand, I cover this area, and my hand goes up and down. I've set it to a setting that it basically adjusts to my own breathing, which is, I mean, it takes a while for it to learn your breathing style and everything that you do, but I do really like it. It works really, really well. So, what it basically does, and I don't really know how to explain it, it triggers your brain, into only focusing about your breathing. And that's what has been super, super nice about this thing. You just hold it, and instead of, because again, that's part of my issues I had with sleeping. I could not get my brain to shut down. I was always thinking, 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 and therefore I was unable to sleep because I just could not I could not turn my brain off, basically. And what this thing does is, because I'm so focused on my breathing, and I try and, it'll guide me with my breathing, and I'll try and basically replicate it. It really helps me to just focus on this, and therefore I just fall asleep a lot faster. So that has really been, I mean, I was like, the moment that, because I approached Somnox and asked and told them my story. I told them I was having a really, really tough time sleeping. I would sleep maybe 1 or 2 hours a night, which was really not a lot. And I mean, it really affected me during the day. I could really not be a very happy and energetic mom. At work, I would forget things, and I was always looking like I was extremely sick. I was very pale. I have very pale skin for my, like, that's just what my skin looks like. But even then it would look way worse. You know, you have big bags on your eyes, and it would just in general be, people always asking me, "Are you okay?" And when I told them it was from sleeping, they would just tell me, "Well, just go sleep. You know, it's just whatever." But they didn't really realize that it wasn't that simple. Because I tried everything. I really tried everything, but nothing helped. So I reached out to Somnox because I did see this robot, and I was like, well, I would really love to try this, but they do not, they didn't tell me, like, you know, you need to put a review out there that's only good. No, they told me, be honest about it. If you don't like it, then the review is going to be that you don't like it. So just be honest about it. We don't want you lying. We want you to give us an honest opinion on this product. So that was part of the reason that I was like, wow, this is a company. They are really, really, they really want you to sleep well. That's their main priority. They want everyone, just like me, that has sleeping issues, to have a good night's sleep. That's why they also have the warranty thing, right? I'm not sure it's really a warranty thing, but they have to try out. I guess that's a better word. If you buy it and you don't like it after several weeks, you can just send it back, no questions asked. And I think that's extremely cool, because I'm sure it will not help for everyone. I'm sure it won't. But I'm also really sure that it will help for a lot of people that, like me, have been struggling so much, and tried everything and are just at a loss on what to do. And, yeah, for me, this has been a lifesaver. I mean, I'm still not a very good sleeper. Like, I'm not, like, for example, my husband, he lies down and he sleeps within, I don't know, 30 seconds, which I've always found extremely odd. And it made me a bit jealous as well. But he was able to just relax his body and he would fall asleep. Again, I'm still not the best sleeper, but my sleep has definitely improved ever since using this thing. And I've been using it for about 4 weeks now. So I really, really recommend this thing. I really do. My favorite thing about this is, it may sound really, really weird, but you can actually give this thing a name. The app is very straightforward. Let me open it up. It is an extremely helpful, simple app. Let me see if let me just start it up. But you can actually give it a name. And that was one of the things that I really liked. I was like, wow, I could just give it a name, and you can actually refer to it as its name, and I actually named it Max, which is maybe a little bit weird, but I'm a huge Max Verstappen fan. So I was like, oh, this gives me the opportunity to actually have Max in my bed with me. So yeah, so I named it Max, and my kids know its name is Max. My husband knows its name is Max, and um so only thing I just basically I tell my husband, oh, can you get Max for me? And he's like, oh, okay, sure. And he'll give me the Somnox because the charging port is on his side of the bed. Mine are quite full, so I basically told him, just give me Max, please, and he gives it to me. So that's something that I really like, and obviously the thing that for me helps most, it's also why I don't really use the music, is the breathing itself. It's just so relaxing, so comfortable. Like right now, sitting here, just I was holding my hand on this the entire time I had it on right now. Super relaxing. It really relaxes me. I'm a very busy person in my head, which is again part of my sleeping issues, but also the reason. Um, I guess that this helps for me. This has just been it's been good, and just sitting on the sofa, holding this is something that relaxes me, relaxes my brain, and it's been really good. Um, like problems that this thing has solved. Um, like I was saying, like being able to fall asleep. It takes me a while to fall asleep, but it doesn't take me 6 hours. It maybe takes me half an hour now, which is great. Um, it also helps me sleep longer. So if I would fall asleep before, I would wake up about like 30 minutes later, and then having to start the entire cycle all over again. Um, with this thing, I don't really have that anymore. The moment I wake up, if I wake up, which is really, really rare nowadays, um, 'cause it'll turn off after a while, because I can just see you could just set that in the app, right? Um, but the moment that I wake up and it's off, I just push the button, because it'll last me a few nights, with like easily last me 3 4 nights. I thought I would be charging it every day like my phone. That's not the case at all. And it could be because I'm not using the music, so it does drain less battery, but I can really use it 3 4 nights with ease. And then I would just charge it. I wake up in the morning, I plug the charger in, and by the time I get home and I need to go to bed eventually, I'll take the charger out and it'll be perfectly fine. With this cover around it, there's actually an opening right here, which basically goes around this area right here. So it's really, even with the cover on, it's very easy to access all the ports that are in here. So the moment that it's on here, you just put this aside, and it's very, like you can see the port right here. It's very easy to just plug everything in and have it all working. So yeah, again, problems it solved is one, sleeping in general, and two, sleeping more hours on end. I don't use it really while sitting on the sofa. I mean, I should. Like I'm saying, I'm sitting right here and I'm holding it, and it's really soothing. Um, but I don't use it for that myself. I only use it while going to sleep at night. I try not to sleep during the day. One, I don't really have time to do that. And second of all, if I would get hours of sleep during the day, with already having such issues at night, I will not sleep as well at night. So the more I'm tired during the end of the day, or at the end of the day, the more likely I'll fall asleep. So that's how I use it on a daily basis. I would recommend this to people that have the same story like I do. And like I said before, right? It's really worth a shot. I was also in a way, I was very excited about this thing, but I was also in a way kind of skeptic about it. Like, is this really gonna work? Is it like a placebo effect? And I mean, if it is, then, and if it works, who cares, right? Um, but I would suggest just anyone that really is struggling with sleep, or and this may sound really weird, but let's say you've always been together with someone and that person is no longer with you for whichever reason, and you need someone in your bed to kind of act like a human being in a way, which sounds kind of weird, but I don't know if that makes any sense. But if you really need someone to be there, like in a way soothing you, without it being a plushie, right? Because a plushie doesn't breathe, it just lies there and that's what it does. This thing actually feels, if you're holding it, it really does make you feel like you're hugging a person in a way. So I would recommend it for people like that as well. I think if you don't like it, even if you can use it, because it's not like you're going to be sleeping well within a day. No, it takes time to get used to this thing. It takes a while for it to actually know you and to actually help match your breathing, which is again a setting on the app you can just set it to. So they tell you, try it for several weeks. If you don't like it then, because again, it doesn't work for everyone, I'm sure it doesn't, just send it back. No questions asked, you get your money back, no issues, they're not going to be mad at you. They really, really want you to sleep. That's what I've noticed about someone. The people that I have been talking to from this company, they have all been super sweet, super helpful. And I really noticed that their main goal is they want people to sleep. They want people to have a good night's sleep. And again, that's why they have the refund. They're not like, well, pay your money, and if you don't like it, well, tough luck. No, you buy this thing. If you don't like it, send back. No issues. But I think most people will end up keeping it. I really do. I think a lot of people that will have this thing and will be used to sleeping with this. I've noticed it too. Like I forgot to charge it 2 days ago, I think, and the battery was gone. It was drained. And I forgot to charge it during the day. I mean, I did put the charger in, but the end of the thing wasn't in the socket, which was kind of silly. But it ended up not being charged. So I went to bed without it. And I really had a tough time like finding a way, an angle to sleep at, and I don't know, it wasn't as comfortable, and I really missed having Max in my bed with me. So you do get used to it quite quickly. Again, let me actually see if I can get the app open now. Let me actually turn it on, because I think it needs to be turned on in order to get it working. There we go. All right, there we go. So you can probably, I don't know if you can really see the app, but it tells me my Somnox is connected, breathing. They've actually changed the app a little bit. There, you can decide what you want to use it for. You want to use it for sleeping, you want it for focus, you want it to be relaxed, or you just want some peace and quiet. So basically, let me say I want it for sleep. I just click the sleep thing, and it'll tell you how many times it needs to breathe up and down every minute. Let's say I want to have it at 12. I'll do yes, I'll do it like that. I can also set it at the end of when do I want it to stop. Right? I can set it to because when you're awake, you're breathing a lot faster than when you're like really, really fast asleep. So you'll breathe less. So you can basically set it to, I want this to be the starting one, and I want it to end at a certain amount of breaths per minute. And then you can say how much time you want it to actually physically work. So I've set it to 60 minutes, which is an hour. And then you can save it to the Somnox. It'll give you a profile at the top. Basically, you just start it and you will see that the Somnox will instantly see how this is really the part you can see it well. You can see my hand going up and down. So it starts doing the cycle. Again, you can also add music to it, which are just very variety of sounds, like they're birds or water or thunder or all kinds of sounds that are proven to be very soothing. Again, I don't really use that because they distract me more because that's just how my brain works. Like I can think, for example, when I hear thunder, I'll think about something that happened while there was a thunder outside, and my brain would just keep going, 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 and I'll just completely forget that I'm actually should be focusing on my breathing. So I just turned it off. But again, that's for me. I know a lot of people really do like the sounds, so if you like them, by all means, turn them on. Um, does it have cons? There are two cons that I do have to point out. Um, and it's not like that's a deal breaker, but it is a bit annoying. And first of all, is the size and the weight of it. Right. So when I sleep, I usually sleep on my side, and it's quite big. So there, I mean, in your bed, this is quite a thing to have in your bed extra. So that is something that you really need to get like used to. You don't have as much room as you're normally used to. So it is quite big, which is I think that they released a Somnox 2. It's a lot smaller, so I think that would be better. Again, it's not a deal breaker, but it is really big. It is quite heavy. When I have like it lying on my arm, like let's for example say like over here when I'm sleeping, right? I'm holding it like this. I get a numb arm after a while because it is quite heavy and quite big. You can really use it like this. I mean, you could, but it is, I don't know, it's a bit big. That's one con. Another con that for me personally is bigger issue is the fact that it only breathes from this area right here. I would have preferred it to be coming from the sides, coming from this side as well. And that's usually because again, I sleep on my side or I sleep on my belly. So if I'm holding it like this, it puts my hand in an angle like this, which is not very comfortable in order to actually still feel the breathing. And it would have been nicer if I would just be able to hold my hand on the side like this and have the breathing coming from the sides as well. But that is a con that I mean, again, the first thing, the big thing is something you actually get used to. The second thing is something that I'm still struggling with quite a bit. Because I would love it to be that I will be able to hold it like this, right? Like having it next to me and then just being able to just put my hand right here on the side and then feeling it over here. But you can feel the motor moving, but you don't actually feel the device going up and down from this side. So that is a con for me that I don't know if the Somnox 2 has it changed, but that would be for me would be a really nice upgrade if they did do that. That's really pretty much the only thing that has been kind of negative about this thing. Like again, overall, I love it. The app is simple, super easy. It's not a complicated app. Only thing you need to be that I learned along the way, you can name your Somnox once. If you're like, you can't, let's say you name it Max one day and you want to call it Bill the other day, you would have to completely uninstall the app and reinstall the app before you can actually change the name of the Somnox. You can't change it in the app anymore. Once it's named, it's named. But again, you can change it by just deleting the app. Customer service on it has been really great. I've been, like, for example, with that name, I was like, can I change it in the app? And I just send them an email from the app, which is basically you push a button, you put in your question, and it gets sent through to customer support. I got a reply within, I think, 12 hours. Super, super polite, super helpful, and nothing but negative about that at all. I mean, overall, the communication with Somnox has been incredibly, incredibly good. I feel really blessed that they were able to send me one and actually had me use this as a review, and yeah, it's really one of my favorite things that I own right now. So yeah, I guess this is kind of my review. I'm not really used to doing all these reviews. I am quite new with this. My main language is not English, so I'm sure there are some sentences that might sound a little bit wrong. But again, I am natively Dutch, so English is a lot of it is self-taught. I know it's not perfect. I'm pretty sure you can understand what I'm saying. If it's not, put it in a comment below. Don't be rude though. We don't really need rude comments at all. But yeah. Oh, before I forget, one of the most important things. If you want one, link is in the description below. You can actually just order it from there. Again, the Somnox 2 just got released, so I think you will be getting the newer one, which is the same price. It's they're not a different price point, and they did change some stuff with it. I haven't physically tested that one, so I don't know the main differences. But I'm sure that they listened to feedback and they changed the stuff that people got a little bit, well, maybe not annoyed with, but people that have been giving reviews on it, that they have been looking into that. So I would recommend looking at the website, see what it does, look at all the videos, and if you really want to try it, again, if you really care about your sleeping health, it's worth a shot. It really is. Just try it. Again, if you don't like it, send it back. If you do like it, which I think most people will end up liking this, I really, really do, you're gonna have yourself a new buddy, a new sleeping buddy, and you're gonna be extremely happy with it. I guarantee you that. All right, I guess this is my review on the thing. I hope to see you guys again soon. You can check out my stream at twitch.tv/pewtv or at pjew.tv, which is my website. And I hope you're all, like myself, will have this thing help you get a better sleeping environment and better sleeping schedule. And I wish you all the best. That's wrong.